everyone, it's Alex. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to go over 7 ways that you can increase your water intake because it's very important to stay hydrated, especially when there's so many other things out there that dehydrate you. So if you want to learn how to increase your water intake, then just keep on watching. My first recommendation is to measure. So if you don't know how much you're drinking, how do you know if you're drinking enough? So it's really important to measure out how much water you're drinking in a day, whether you do it by just counting how many glasses of water that you've had, or you actually measure the specific amount by ounces. I think that's a great way to go. As far as measuring goes, you can get some pitchers that have like the little marks on it so you know how many ounces that you are drinking. You can also get water bottles that let you know how many ounces that you are drinking, and just make sure you count how many times you refill the water bottle, and then how many times you refill the jug, depending on how much water you're going to drink. And then also factor in if you're like going out to eat, you get a glass of water there. Just kind of keep that all in your mind throughout the day. And to determine how much water you should be drinking, you can look it up online just based off of your weight and your gender. You can figure out what amount of water you should be consuming for, like I said, definitely focus on your height and your weight. Based off your height, I think height, weight, and gender could be a factor into it. So look into that to see how much water you should be drinking. Number 2 is to have easy access. So if you want to make sure that you drink water, you want to make sure it's easy and as convenient for you as possible, because if it's not convenient for you, you're less likely to drink the water because you're not going to want to go out of your way to get it. So if you want to increase your water intake, make sure you have a full glass of water right there with you at your desk. Make sure you carry a water bottle with you in your purse, your bag, or if you're a guy, just carry it with you to work or when you're on the go. Keep water bottles in your car. You could also, what I did when I was at work, because the kitchen was on the opposite end of the office, so I would fill up one little cup of water and I'd be like, oh my God, now I have to go back. It was such a pain in the butt. So I got this big giant pitcher of water that I would just keep refilling throughout the day, maybe 2 times, and then I would pour it in there. So having a pitcher of water for you so you can just easily keep refilling your cup right next to you at your desk is also really helpful. So yeah, just make sure that you have water with you at all times. Try to make it as easy for yourself as possible. That way you increase the amount that you drink in a day. Number 3 is the every other rule. So if you are going to be drinking a dehydrant like alcohol or coffee or any other sort of drink that's going to make you really thirsty, and also just really any drink that's not water, you want to do every other. So if you have a cup of coffee, have a glass of water. If you have an alcoholic drink, have a glass of water. And then if you want to have another alcoholic drink, okay, but then you're going to have a glass of water before you have the next one. So just kind of keep that in mind. Kind of keep the amount of liquids that you have equal to the amount of water that you have. Like the amount of non-alcohol liquids is equal to the amount of water, if not more on the water side. You definitely want to drink more water throughout the day than any other drink out there, especially if those drinks are alcohol, coffee, tea, or soda. Make sure you have more water incorporated in your diet, and a good way to do that is the every other rule. Number 4 is to double fist. So this is kind of like the every other rule, but it's a little bit different because it's not like you have one drink then the next drink, one drink then the next drink. Non-water, water, non-water, water. This time it's like you're having non-water and water at the same time. So if you're having a cup of coffee, take a sip of your coffee, take a sip of water. Take a sip of your coffee, take a sip of water. Have both of those items with you at the same time. So whenever I have breakfast, I have my coffee cup, and then I also have a glass of water. So that way I know I'm reaching for both as I'm eating my breakfast throughout the day, and make sure I always have both sitting out and I don't just have coffee sitting out. And then I also try to make sure that, for lunch I have water with my sandwich rather than, more coffee. So I definitely think, the every other rule and double fist rule are kind of the same. It's just, it's kind of like, one you doing, the difference. I already explained it. Number 5 is to plan ahead. So let's just say you're going to go on a business trip, or like you're going to see clients, you're going to go travel. This particular day you're going to go hang out with friends. Just plan ahead. Okay, so this is going to happen today. How can I make sure that I keep up with my water intake? So if I'm traveling, keep some water bottles in the car. If you're going to go to a restaurant, make sure you get a water with whatever you're drinking. Especially if you're going to be gone for long periods of time, the biggest thing is just to bring water bottles or get a big jug of water, just to make sure that you always have water bottles with you. I just think water bottles are on the go. Always make it easy for you. Like I said before, if you have a car, you can keep a lot of water bottles in the car, a jug of water in the car for you, a cooler filled with water bottles. So just plan ahead. Think about, okay. Or like, especially like this, like, okay, so regular days you're not gonna have alcohol. Let's just say you don't drink alcoholic drinks on like Monday through Thursday. But Friday night you wanna go out and drink with friends, okay? Today, and even the day before, I probably should drink more water than I normally drink, just to prepare my body for that. And then of course the day after you go out drinking with your friends, make sure you drink a lot of water to supplement more water than usual the next day as well to counteract that. So just think ahead of what's going on in your life, what you can do to prepare and also to recover from whatever other drinks or foods or anything that's making you dehydrated, especially if you're working out. If you're working out, you want to increase your water intake. So like if you're going to work out today, make sure you drink a lot more water. Just keep that in mind. Plan ahead. Planning is everything, at least in my life. Now the next two things I'm going to talk about with you guys are ways to increase water in your diet without having to just drink water. So number 6 is to have food that contains water. So a good way to do that is to eat fruits and vegetables that contain water, especially water like watermelon. That is a great way to incorporate more fluid in your diet, still be healthy, and not have to, you know, get all of it, or get it all just from drinking water. You can get it in other places as well. And then another thing too is if you're making protein shakes, you can add milk, but you could also just make them with water. So that's another way you can get water in your diet. Is like, okay, if I'm going to have any sort of powdery drink mix, put it in water. That's another way to increase your water intake. And then number 7 is just to go on a liquid diet. So if you're on a liquid diet, you're drinking more liquids, it means that there's a lot more water involved in your diet. So definitely keep that in mind. Maybe if you're feeling more dehydrated at the moment, maybe take a day or 2 or even a week to go on a liquid diet just to kind of, you know, recover from the dehydration. And also just being on liquid diets, I can't sustain a liquid diet. I don't know if anybody can really sustain a liquid diet for a really long time, but it does help to detox your body by going on liquid diets here and there, whether you do it for a day or even if you just make a day where you're like, okay, I'm gonna have more liquid options than usual. I mean, not the entire day you drink or be on a liquid diet, maybe most of the day and have like a thing here or there that's like a solid food. But definitely liquid diets are a great way to detox your body, incorporate more water. So that's just a suggestion if you're feeling more dehydrated than usual. All right, that's it for this video. I'm sure that I'm going to come out with other ideas that I could have incorporated into this video right after, you know, I start editing this video. But if you guys have any suggestions on how to increase your water intake, please leave them down in the comments so we can all help each other out, because staying hydrated is just so important. Your health is so important. I think water is a big part of that. So I really wanted to do a video dedicated to water and how to better your body with water. I don't know. But yeah, just make sure you comment down below if you guys have any suggestions as well, or if there's anything that I talked about that really helped you out. Now, if you have not subscribed to my channel already, please make sure to hit the subscribe button below. Click that little bell so that you're notified when my videos have been posted. Like this video if you did like it, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye! Not fat-free, but low fat is considered 3 grams of fat or less per serving. So this is 3.5. It's just a slight bit over, but it meets that requirement. The other ones that I showed you met the requirement, so 3 grams of fat or less. But either way, my main goal is to reduce fat, not necessarily completely eliminate it or make it super low, but just to improve upon my fat intake.